Hey everyone, this is my reaction to the 19th episode of Darling and the Franxx. So, in the last episode, we tried to have a little marriage ceremony, Mitsuru and Kokoro getting together. Unfortunately, that didn't end too well, since Ape was not a big fan of any of that, really, and just put us off to it immediately, and got them into some re-indoctrination to take care of all those unneeded emotions and feelings and all that crap and junk is clogging up their brains, pretty much. Also, we had Ikuno have a love confession to Ichigo, which Ichigo rejected, of course, because she doesn't swing that way, and she has like 37 guys she likes already, and that was always never gonna work out. But anyway, that's kind of what we left off on, so let's get into it. 3, 2, 1, play. I see he's not a fan of their tactics. And that makes it okay. No, it doesn't. No. Yeah, you're going to incite an uprising if you keep up with this. Do you really think that makes it okay? You pissed off the entire squad. Even if you only directly did anything to two of them. Because they don't respect you. Well, maybe things have changed since then. I'd say you're slightly different. You're far less creepy than they are. And you really seem to have emotions. But I know that's not really what he's talking about. So apparently we're gonna get some backstory on him. Which is cool. See how we got involved with Ape. Maybe gets an idea of what exactly their end goal is. Well, in this post-apocalyptic world type setting, maybe a kiss of death is the best death you can really hope for. Though the Nines deserve a very painful death. At least the leader does. The blonde-haired creep. "2025 AD. That would be the future to us, but I guess it's the past to them. That should be our professor there, scientist. I need to bite my head off and he's a messenger. Well, we have. Yeah, Werner Frank. You need your talents. The evil parts, probably. The less than legal parts. Yeah, without consulting you. More respect for him. What's wrong with a little bit of cloning? I call them effective. Just diving straight into a philosophical debate. Well, you're a baby. I know he snapped at the one guy, but he's not that scary. Which is a little bit suspicious. And are probably responsible for a lot of what bad that happens in the world. And things obviously went downhill at some point. Can you pick out the ape members? Hmm. She's kind of cute. You might have a chance, buddy. Go for it. She knows you. You definitely have a chance. Huh. A fangirl. All of them? Karina Mills your name, right? I'm just that good. I'm not gonna touch your hand. That's a girl hand. They have cooties. So he apparently knows about her as well. Marry me. I'll touch your hand after that. Yeah, there are far too many words. That's a good surprise. To change the world. Ain't that the truth? Immortality, a very common, sought-out scientific field in fiction. Well, they do, apparently. Yeah, I'm sure magma energy can do all sorts of cool things. 5 years later. It's a good sign. You know what they say about assumptions. Yeah. But what I really want to make are these giant robots called FranXX. Well, I'd say that's a fair trade-off. Ah, I wouldn't say wrong, but it would definitely change things a lot. Because you really can't keep making more humans if no humans die. That doesn't work. Very boring gods. Hey, I was waiting for him to bring them back up. Uh, an atheist becoming a god would be interesting. Yeah, of course. So so they obviously had to make new children artificially, which is where... Of course. I mean, anybody could have seen a population explosion coming. I'm sure it was. Or at least it's something to do with it. Well, yeah, we interrupt that important world building and backstory for frickin' Futoshi yelling at Kokoro. uh, I bet. Because of things that you forgot. But I don't remember any of it. Oh, wow. That's how you really feel. And yet the ring still stands. Now, 6 years after that one. uh... Oh. There's an echo in here. Yeah, I wanted to be your partner. Oh, okay, I get it now. Wow, dude. It's become obvious now. You should get it too. I know, right? I know I was a little bit slow, but I'm not as slow as you. Congratulations, you figured it out. I'm so proud of you. Well, somebody has to. Well, yeah, there are plantations. I guess it's one solution. 2037. The Claxosaurus came. Nobody saw that coming. Not Australia. Yeah. They probably want their magma back. Yeah, they kind of had to be. And obviously had to develop the FranXX as well. Yeah, they couldn't survive out there. Huh, decently preserved. But what about our marriage? That's kind of important too, don't you think? Wow. Yeah, I'm sure it did. Uh, Very interesting, actually. Claxosaurs are all female. Thus, the Claxosaur princess makes sense on that. The FranXX, yeah. Obviously named after the professor, the scientist, and number 13. I'm so glad we're actually finally getting this stuff after like freaking 19 episodes. In other words, that's where they made the artificial children, okay. Because she hadn't undergone the operation. You're kind of raising some death flags, lady. Oh, jeez. Yeah. Poor Karina. I bet. Yeah, in that wonderful position. I bet it relieves stress. Yeah, which is why the children are in the position that they're in. That's where the Cnouki kept the ability to reproduce, because they had to. Like, they literally had to. Okay, that's messed up. Yeah, they did Hanky Panky and all that. Final tune-up such as a car. Don't stare at me like that. I'm sure that will work. Papa's so innocent after all. uh, yes, our weird-looking mechs. Uh, makes sense. They're basically like livestock, really. Yeah, it's a very boring life of immortality, which you got a glimpse of earlier in the series. Azorome. Perfected life form, like a Clactosaur. Or a human Clactosaur hybrid. Yes, a queen bee. Take me back to the hive. Ape is just that good. Don't die. Bring bring us back some DNA from the queen. I I could do that. I'll even give her some of my DNA. That's a fair trade. I wanted to meet you in person. I've been a big fan for years. At least want a hug, at least a handshake. Ah, every direction. Yeah, you're in the hive, so I don't know what you expected. Yeah, well, you're blue. And everyone that doesn't matter dies. Uh, well, of course, that one's plot relevant. We gotta keep him. Now bow before me, human scum. She does have a really cool character design. I wanted to meet Zero Two so badly. She really is pretty cute. I want my Lactosaur Queen slash Zero Two pillow fight scene. I she's gonna kiss it. Uh, oh, a lick. I guess that's better than a kiss, really. Lucky guy. I don't see the punishment yet, but uh, it's probably coming, and so am I. Uh, uh. uh, even though she dismembered me, she was just so cute. I couldn't think of anything else. Amazing he survived that. Well, then you should probably stop trying to kill them. And that explains the mechanical arm. They said no, what a shock. Yeah, we didn't steal it, we got rid of it. Then couldn't you just implant more fake memories except more real, have them be more accurate to what happened? Does that make sense? It's going on your permanent record. Uh, Futoshi, do you have any control over your emotions whatsoever? I'm really starting to think you don't. Well, when they're not sorry, it would be kind of pointless to say so. 10K. Just to serve the adults until you die. Isn't life great? uh, Papa sucks, so. Not really in a position to negotiate, though, hero. I disappear one at a time. I bet. She is waiting patiently outside. I saw you staring at my horns, darling. Don't think I'd have noticed that. uh... You know, it just clicked in my head, but he did say something about wanting a mechanical body in the flashback, so I guess he got what he wanted. I assume he's referring to Zero 2 there. Inhumanity. But yeah, that just makes me want to see the meeting between the Claxor Queen and Zero 2 even more. Because that should be fun. Because I think she was inspired by him seeing her. But yeah, as far as world building and backstory and everything like that goes, this episode really delivered. Would have been nice to have like 8 episodes ago, but better late than never. So that was the 19th episode of Darling in the Franxx. And this episode, yeah, we got to learn a lot about the world and just kind of seeing a lot of it through Dr. Frank's eyes. Because we got to see him back in the day in 2025 AD before the world just went to shit. And he pretty much was... He was, he was brought in to Ape to help them out with all their stuff because they were interested in his research. And, nobody really wanted to be involved with him aside from Ape, so I guess he just kind of was brought on board because of that, because of his less than legal researches like cloning and other various things, which Ape is very much interested in because they were pursuing immortality and all that, which the kind of research that he was doing does kind of lend itself a little bit to that. And they were doing lots of technological advancements like mining, magma mining, and using magma energy, which could apparently do lots of cool things. And we just got to see, step by step, how the world came from being the world that we are more familiar with now in real life to the world we have there. Anyway, yeah, immortality seems really cool. That's always been a thing that a lot of people have pursued, like, especially people with a lot of money and power. That's usually something they pursue if they have the means to. Just the thing is that, obviously, if immortality becomes a thing, then people don't die off anymore. So overpopulation becomes a problem, which would mean there'd be starvation, and just lots of problems stem from that. It's also theorized that the magma mine is what initially got the Klaxosaur to attack, because they're obviously attracted to the magma mines. And obviously we already knew that the Klaxosaurs had a queen, but we got to see a bit more of her. She got to have a nice little meeting with Dr. Frank, and that was... I'm sure he has some mixed feelings about that meeting, because she was obviously beautiful, and she licked his hand. However, she also bit his arm off, and yeah, I'd say there was definitely its fair share of pros and cons to that encounter. But yeah, he pretty much is the one that's responsible for most of the cool stuff we know about today, like the FranXX, which were named after him, and the plantations that they made because the world kind of became less inhabitable, and they had to become fortresses to defend against the Klaxosaur, which obviously still wasn't enough, which is why they had to get the FranXX as well. But then they couldn't have people piloting them. They had to have, like, actual more human people to pilot them, people with emotions and stuff like that. So that's what, obviously, they had to start the whole parasite project and how to nurture them, pretty much essentially like livestock that they raise, only to be used as a tool until they're no longer useful. Then they get replaced by new ones when they die off, or just, no longer useful for whatever reason. So yeah, pretty much like 80% of the world building was given to us in like this episode, I'll go as far as to say. But yeah, also, yeah, just probably about all I really had to say on this one. It's just kind of funny. Dr. Frank is actually a pretty important character for this show, because he's the reason why a lot of this stuff is the way that it is. Even apparently was integral in 02 being what 02 is, and yet he really hasn't had a lot of screen time at all, like just tiny little bits here and there, some lines of dialogue here and there. But this episode, yeah, we got full onto his backstory, his love interest, who he got together with and unfortunately died. And just, yeah, pretty much where he started and how he got to where he is, how he got all metally, how he got the mistakes he's made along the way, some of the regrets he probably has. And it's just been a lot of things. And of course we had the Squad 13 complaining to Papa about what happened with Mitsuru and Kokoro, and they just like, hey, we can't really do anything about that. We didn't steal the memories, we got rid of them. They're in the trash can back there all shredded up, we can't really put them back in. And just kind of said, okay, just set us free after this next mission. So, yeah, some death flags there. I don't know, this show very well could end with all of Squad 13 just dying for all I know. But I guess we'll see. Yeah. Thank you for watching, and thank you Cnouki, the Dragon of Oshu, as well as everyone else, for doing what you can to support the channel. It means a lot to me, and I hope we can continue to grow the channel together. If you want to do more to support the channel, then you can become a patron on my Patreon, and get cool rewards like early access to certain videos. Have a good one.